I want to welcome all of you here and thank you so much for coming. It's been a really fun day, and we had, at Shawn's, we had a great time planning this and working with Renee to get her here. So thank you all very much for coming.
I met Donna through Jenny, and we were at same retreat and got to visit there. But I really want to thank Shawn, because when I met him was at the Springfield Quilt Show, and I had a van load of things to sell and a really heavy cash register antique piece of furniture that I no longer take to shows. Yeah. And my helper had gotten sick. He helped me unload that. And I thought, oh, I owe you. So I went to my grandma and she goes, oh, that fabric's chintzy. Meaning it's cheap. Yes. But this was just, that's where it came from. I thought, well, how cool is that? So anyway, this started Daily Days. And then I went to the flea market the next year, and I saw this quilt kind of laid out like that. And I thought, oh, this is nice. But you know what, I'll show you the front, and everyone will love this little log cabin. This is really early, this may be 1870s. But then the back is what I loved.
Oh, wow.
So this print, it went into what I call purely Provence. It was French, and I believed it to be a chintz. And that is, I paid $300 for this, as raggy as it is. But it gave me something really neat and historical that I could put into a fabric collection. So this is, I'm just going to show you a few of the old things that I have reproduced this before. This is French, and it was like over probably a little baby carriage, they think.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
And this is a darling basket design. I think this went in, I've done 70 fabric collections as of last week. The farmhouse comes out in 2025, and that was number 70. I said, well, I'm a platinum girl now. Beautiful design. It's barely there, but when we scan it into the computer and like send this to New York, and they actually do the scans there, their scanner is so good, and they blow a design up about 800% and pixelate it. And they have a special textile program to put designs into, and it's used not just in the quilting industry. And so then when they shrink it back down, the lines look nice and smooth, but everything's pixelated like little squares. I'm gonna leave.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Oh my God. This is one of the quilts from it, very fresh and blue and white, and I always think a check really can freshen up a collection.
Oh,
yeah, those are heavy.
This is a rail fence pattern.
Wow.
You pick 2 fabrics per block. It's a small block, so it's easy to chain pieces of each other. This is the free to use one.
Oh, wow.
In the quilting that my quilter from Stover does, she's the custom quilter, and her details are just phenomenal. Just made a color statement from a fat quarter bundle, and she had fabric left over, and it's all just flying geese. But isn't that soft and pretty? Not a little nautical, using the twister tool. Doesn't take very long time. Okay, so there is a free to use pattern for retro ho-ho, but this is an extra one I designed, and I sent it to American Patchwork and Quilting. I thought they would love it, and they said, oh, we don't do anything with panels because they don't stay around long enough. I said, well, I'm willing to buy a lot of panels to kit it. They said, oh, just do something with that star pattern, we like that. Okay, well, we'll do that down the road, but this is called Jolly Stars. But this fabric, I'm telling you, this little sweet bells is so 50s. It reminds me of going to my great grandma's. This village has a little church in it, and it doesn't scream religious, but it has a nod towards first panel. I was at a flea market, and I found a crepe paper tablecloth from the 1930s, and it was darling with the witch and Flying Small Witches. I sent it to New York, and then we had to really redefine her face because the way they printed on tablecloths in the 30s, they were smudges. And then she decided to do a mitten pattern called Smitten, and she used some blues, and I decided to do it in red rojo. So this is my smitten red mittens with a little candy cane stripe, which is great for binding.
Oh, wow.
Nice. Karen Kazor quilted this for me. I think for Becky, for us. This is I call it my beat around bag. This is from Etsy, this pattern. I don't know how to describe to you how I kind of let the fabric talk to me, and you know, if it's fall, you know, you want to do some fall colors, but for this, I just had the idea of teals and tropical colors and khakis, and sometimes I call these mucky muck colors. They're if you have a grayed down khaki or gray charcoal, it allows your eye to rest there, but the other color to sing. So I don't know, I think it's something I must just instinctually do. So I had this poppy print, and it was really sort of just a red and white with a little bit of light khaki green leaf. And I'm like, no, that needs to be some color. And most people might do red poppies or orange poppies. I said, I think for spring this needs to be something soft. I found this little nesting bird pattern. This looked like a little sketchbook design. Maybe an artist would do a simple, you know, little leaves and little flowers.